Hi everyone, my name is Lavina. I'm from Sovereign Soul Coach. I'm going to do some intuitive reading and some channeling for you. The vision that I've got for today, the guidance from the angels, is about keeping the door open. So, you know how, like, if you have been on an inner work journey, right? What happens is that we come across like a lot of our beliefs, and there are some beliefs which are really easy to work on, and we just like take actions on them and like it's done, like we heal from them. But there are like certain beliefs that come up on our inner work journey that we know that they are for our highest good. Like we have been carrying this belief, but there's some kind of work that's needed, and this is the change if we can make in our choices we are making in our life, or this change if we can make in our life in whichever way possible, whether it's in relationships or in our career. But it's just like really hard to do, and we just know that yes, like that's it's what's for our highest good, but it's just like making the change is, there's like a lot of resistance within us. So the guidance here is, in order to help melt that resistance and help heal that wound, it's important to keep the door open for the angels and like source to help us, like to be in this like beautiful connection with our angelic team, our spiritual team. Because like what happens, like the guidance that I'm getting is that, you know how sometimes we end up having like sudden, like unexpected changes in our lives, whether it's with the health or with the career or relationship. So like what it seems to us that it's quite sudden, but it actually takes like a lot of time on earth to manifest. So for example, let's say if one has like thyroid issue, right, it takes almost like 10 to 20 years like for that thyroid to build in our system, and sometimes we carry it from like the past life energy as well. That's something that we want to work on. Or for example, there's things like cancer, so it's not sudden unexpected change, it takes time, like a lot of years, because on earth things move like really slowly, like that's how the earth is created to be. And for example, like let's say there's a relationship, right, and there's some like a sudden unexpected, you hear some sudden unexpected news in the relationship, so it does in that moment feel like, oh my god, like it feels sudden and unexpected, but it has taken like a long time to actually build to where it is right now. And same is with our career as well. Like we have been and I want you to be like really, like that's the message I got as well, that it's important for us to be like really compassionate with us in that, because like we do hear like the divine whispers like before the unexpected things happen, the tower moment that is called in tarot, like a sudden change. But we kind of like ignore or like procrastinate or delay those or like just not like think about those whispers that we are hearing. And because like there's a part, and it's valid as well, because there is a part of us that is quite fearful to make that change or accept or whatever it is, right, to hear that whisper. Like there's some kind of like denial going on within us, like in our energetic field, and like slowly it builds up to like that sudden unexpected change or the moment, right? So there are like multiple truths to it, right? One is like we just know and we take the action, be that version of ourselves. And second is like we can like slowly, one by one, step by step, take action towards like listen to the whispers, keep the door open so that we can because like there are like multiple things. It's really important for us to like basically check like what our connection is with the source or the higher power or the angels. Like one, like it's important for you to look at, because we have had like multiple lifetimes, right, and we have gone through like so many hard things, good and bad things, good and like easy and hard things. So in those moments, sometimes like with the being in on a physical reality, we tend to like question the existence of the higher power or our connection with the God. And like it's valid, because probably like it's so intense, the experience is so intense that we just question that, and that question mark kind of like lingers in like our subconscious mind. We probably might not be aware of it consciously, that yes, like we think that we have like a beautiful connection with the source, but probably like there are like certain instances that we don't might not remember in this lifetime, but we are carrying from the past lifetime that made us question the existence of the source or something. So like what's coming is like it's important to like bring your like build on this connection that we have with the source every day. And so keep that door open to listen to the divine whispers. And if we reach a situation, so like if we are on that point on our inner work where we know that yes, this is the right decision for me to do, and if I am like feeling, so there are like all different sorts of like fears surrounding it, right, that is not allowing me to actually take that action, aligned action to the divine whispers that I'm hearing, then what is important for us is to keep our focus, like keep bringing our focus back to the goal, the ultimate manifestation that we want to like manifest, like the thing that we want to manifest. So for example, like an example could be, so let's say like there's something that you have come across, like that you want to achieve in your career. For example, let's say if you want to be like a healer, and you have come across with like a belief system that needs to be overridden, or that like you need to take some actions towards that. And but there are certain fears around it, because you might not know, but you have been a healer in past lifetimes and something happened that kind of like made you question about that. So like you are carrying those like fears around it. So the best way to go for that is to step by step, like take the smallest step ahead towards your manifestation. So the moment your focus shifts to all the fears about like, what if I take this action and this happens, you bring yourself back to, no, like I'm taking this step and all I'm focusing on is being this amazing healer that I want to be, or that I am, like but embody the version of me that is this like amazing healer. So like things like that. So there's one, so like the things that are coming up is, one, keep the door open, stay connected with the source in whichever way you is your like, which brings you joy. Secondly, what's the one step that you can take towards what you are really trying to manifest, opposite to the belief that you are carrying, so that you are getting closer to your manifestation. And thirdly, be really compassionate with yourself in all of these things. And so for example, like the version of you that's fearful, be really compassionate with that. The version of you that can't wait to be this, like to embody this version of a healer, be compassionate with that. The version of you that wants to take a step-by-step approach and not like just fully embody it, compassionate with that version as well. So with each and every part of yourself, it's important to be compassionate. So that's the third thing. Keep shifting your focus. So it's important to keep shifting our focus to the goal versus, so becoming so present that you're aware, oh, okay, so my focus is shifting on the fears, and it's okay. So you just let your mind know that, hey, like I know that you are focusing on the fear right now, and I just want you to shift your focus, shift my focus. I just let your mind know that I want to shift my focus to embodying myself in that version of that healer that I like want to be. So like shift your focus there, so that you are getting all the energy from that versus being in the worry of those fears. We have the power to shift our focus. And fourth thing is that whatever one little step that you are taking towards that you're be fearful about, what's the beauty of that you can try and find as well. So yes, like our mind takes us like to a lot of fears around moving towards that step, but what's the beauty? Like, can we like focus on the beauty instead, right? Like, so we basically ask our spirit team to give us like a lot of help in terms of guidance, in terms of like support, so that we instead of like having this tower moment, like reaching before we reach the sudden unexpected change, we get a lot of warning signs, a lot of guidance from the spirit team, and the guidance is to keep the door open so that we are receptive to those divine whispers that can help us take actions towards our manifestation. We have the power, and we don't have to wait for that sudden unexpected change in our life to actually shift our perception on things, or we don't have to wait for the worst. Like, we are supported and we are given guidance, like now as well, before like that sudden unexpected thing, like it might manifest in our life. So we are given guidance to actually work on that. Angels and guides team, like, they really wanted to give us some guidance in terms of like healing. So I've pulled up some angel oracle cards that I had to see what guidance we can get. So the first one that I'm going to use is this divine feminine archangel card. It's actually a really new deck in terms of like, this was just launched last month. So this is by Claire Stone, and she created an oracle deck of feminine archangels, because in the world of archangels, there are like a lot of focus on the masculine archangel. So she just wanted to create this deck with the divine feminine archangels. The bottom of the deck says the reclaiming. Take back the fragments of your soul. So yeah, so I think it's card number 43, which is 7, and 7 is all about like our spiritual path and spirituality and like the innate talent we have. So it's the time, it's guidance from the angel team that it's time that we reclaim all the fragments that we have lost during like the multiple lifetimes that we have had. And we have the power to do that. Like, it's number 7, and 7 is all about the talents, the energetic imprint of us, and we do have the power. We do have those talents to reclaim those paths back. And like, reclaiming our paths back is all about so you know how like when something breaks, like and we like get it together, it's like we are healing, right? We are like getting those broken pieces together. So that's what happens, and like that's the function of a healer. So probably I'm talking to like a lot of healers like out there, like, who are listening to this video, and probably like you don't believe as well that you are a healer, but you are. And like, we are moving a lot these days into like self-healing as well. So like, reclaiming that power of like, how can we heal ourselves? So it's time to take back the fragments of your soul that you have lost during like those lifetimes experiences you have had. So I'm gonna shuffle and see what card is trying to come up, and the card is message from the heaven. Your loved ones surround you. So that's beautiful, right? So with whatever inner work that you're trying to do, it might seem like really difficult. You know that this is the right way to go, but it needs like a lot of strength and courage. And this message is from your loved ones who are on the other side. It's a message from the heaven for you, that your loved ones surround you. And it's beautiful how, like, I don't know if you see the image, like how like someone is just sitting on the stone by themselves, like in the physical reality, and there's like a bridge that that joins the physical world with the heaven, like that bridge. And on that bridge you see an angel. Like, this person sitting in the physical reality is not even aware, but there is a presence. So it's a call from your loved ones in the heaven somewhere, that hey, like, we are there for you. So you're probably not able to see us right now, but know that we are there for you. That's beautiful. I'm gonna get some more messages. There's this card trying to come up. Sisterhood of light, awaken the rose. Number 40. Yeah, it's beautiful, right? Um, yeah, it's a deep message. Awaken the rose. And awakening the rose, like rose is all about, like for me, rose is about heart center and healing. It's about love. So it's time to awaken or bring in alignment, like our heart center, or open the doors. Okay. So, like, you know how I got the message, like, keep the doors open. So, for the Sisterhood of Light, so probably like in this time, what can really help is connecting with like our soul tribe, like our sisters of the light. And of the light means like the soul tribe. So they're like our soul tribe is trying to reach us, and it's time to keep the doors open, awaken the rose, awaken the love, the heart center, like opening of the heart center. So keep the doors open to get the support. So know that we have our loved ones surrounding us. Keep the heart center open for your soul tribe to reach you, so that you can get the support that you need. And this is what happens, right? Like I was listening to something and it said that when we are kids, we love taking help from like the adults who are good at like what they do, right? Um, or like basically we're just like really open to taking help. We are not like we have to do everything by ourselves. And when we like kind of grow up and become adults, we get away, so kind of like get away from taking help, and for like valid reasons, of course, whatever happens. Like in our, like our parents are probably trying to introduce us to the adulthood of doing things independently, but we kind of think of like, okay, like we have to move away from our childhood like altogether and be like that adult who is like independent. But it's not about that. Like being an adult is also about like what are we, like everything that we have in the being a child, like what are those beautiful things that we carry in our adulthood as well. So for example, like we forget about the playfulness, or we forget about like taking help from adults or being like dependent on others as well, having that beautiful connection. So yeah, so and taking help, like it's taking help and support from others, like is all about like opening of the heart center as well. And there can be like multiple wounds around it, I know that. But what we are being, what we are being called towards is that like we have the power, and there's no denying of the fact that some wounds can be really hard to heal. But what we are being guided towards is that like we don't have to wait for that unexpected sudden change in our life to actually realize or go deeper into that wound, versus we have this opportunity now with all the help that we have available in terms of like the support we have from the other world through our loved ones and our soul tribe. And all we have to do is like keep our heart open, and if there are any wounds around it, then working on those wounds, because we have the power. The third card is self-appreciation, love yourself more. And I can't say that enough, like in my readings, that like how important it is to love and appreciate like each and every part of us, no matter what. Like whether it's a part that we think is doing the wrong thing or doing the right thing or not doing enough, every single part like as is, it's really like on this journey. So if right now, like if you really want to embody this message that is coming from the guides team, is like if you can just like close your eyes right now and just like really feel, like not just know and understand from your mind, but really feel right now your loved ones on the other side, and the fact that they have so much support, like that is available to you, like all their love and the higher truths they are holding now that they are aware, like in higher consciousness. So we have all that support available to us right now, and we are embodying this frequency of being in connection with our soul tribe. Even if you are physically right now feel disconnected, know that we are actually always connected. We are connected. You are connected to all those like souls who are like yourself and like have a lot of love and appreciation for you, like as you are. And it's time for you to embody all that appreciation and love that you are getting from like your loved ones and from your soul tribe into like, it's time to send it inwards. Yeah. And I'm getting that you actually are already aware that you have like the loved ones on the other side that are supporting you. And like there's some, what you're really working on right now is on healing the wounds of your heart center, which is like trying to open up to your soul tribe. And like what's really gonna help or support you doing that in this moment right now is self-appreciation and self-love, like having that love and affection for each and every part of yourself, no matter what right now. So yeah, so I'm gonna now do some tarot cards to support this message that we are receiving from our angels. And I'm using the Curious Creatures tarot card. So the bottom of the deck is Two of Swords. And I don't know if you can see, but see how like it's like blindfolded. So this is a time in our life when, for example, like we just became aware of like a certain belief that we have been holding for long, and we just realized, oh my God, like that's like it doesn't serve me any longer, and it's time to like move on from that belief. And Two of Swords is that moment where you are like, oh my God, like my life was so much better. Like I was so used to like in my comfort zone, like going with that belief, and like you're just like, oh my God, like give me a minute. I just want to like still like be in denial of like of the blindfold. And I know like I'm holding like in my hand like two choices, like I can believe this and I can believe that. Like one of them is the belief that I've been holding on to, and the second one is the direction that I need to go, like that first step. And in this you're just like, oh my God, like give me some time, like I can't like I was happy as is with that belief. So like that's what happens with the inner work, right? When we are in that moment, and it's like perfect, right? So probably like we are in this moment, like collectively, where we are working on our belief systems, and we have just come across like whether it's about like opening up of our heart center so we can connect with our soul tribe, or like there are like certain wounds around it, and you're finding it like really hard to heal those wounds so that you can take that next step. But like we have the power. Yeah, so let's see what else comes up. Yeah, so it's time, like with that card, it's time for you to see, okay, in my life, where am I in like denial about the truth that I know already, right? I know a couple in my life. So the card for message from the heaven is death. What? About transformation, right? So for example, like when someone passes away, like in physical life, they are actually going through a transformation where they are releasing the physical body, giving it back to Mother Earth, and moving into another consciousness. So moving from 3D reality to 4D and then 5D and wherever they move. So death like is so basically this message like coming from, so it's a message from heaven, like our loved ones are basically trying to guide us that they have actually been through this transformation literally, and they are assuring us that yes, like the release of something that we have been holding on to, like it might look like in the physical reality that it's really hard. But what they have experienced, like our loved ones, when they actually released the body, is the fact that they were really supported, and the fact that it might look like from like understanding from like a mental, like from our mind, that is quite painful to release the physical body. But they are saying, and like that's what I come across, like whenever I connect to the loved ones who have passed away, right? Like I always get like some kind of indication that like when they pass, like when they like their consciousness, they don't, like basically our loved ones don't experience the pain during like passing away, although their body might look like look like that it's actually experiencing the pain. And like that's what our physical mind can interpret based on the kind of the limit it has, the limits it has. But they actually don't experience the pain when they are transitioning, when they are releasing the physical body, and they are truly like really supported. So in this moment they are saying that it's important for you to look at like what needs transformation, like what needs letting go or releasing in your life right now. And they are saying that yes, we see that, we hear that, like we can see like how in like a physical reality it might feel like really difficult and painful to go through the release that you're wanting to. But they are assuring that hey, like trust us, once you do that, you will realize when you will be transitioning, you will in terms of releasing that belief that you're holding on to, or whatever you have been holding on to that no longer serves you, you will realize like the way you are supported, and it's actually not painful. We are like so supported during the transition, during the transformation. So yeah, so that's beautiful. I love how like it the way of the creative way of them sending us the message. So they understand, like being on this side, they understand that yes, it can be really hard. But like how our message also said in the beginning, the guidance, the vision that I had, that it's important for us to focus on what we are trying to manifest, and also focus, like keep bringing back your focus, and also seeing beauty. So instead of just seeing like the pain that one step can cause towards our manifestation, that one little step can cause, also see like the beauty of that, and that like can help us like anchor a little, be really grounded in taking that one step towards our manifestation. Beautiful, loving it. So for the Sisterhood of Light, the card that I've got is Two of Pentacles. And let me take out the card for the self-appreciation as well, which is Love Yourself. And the card is Ace of Pentacles for self-appreciation. I love the colors on these cards. It's beautiful. It's amazing like how some decks, like when I bought this deck, I was kind of like, I couldn't see the colors like so beautiful. It kind of felt to me like really dull. And now I can see like the colors are so bright. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that, but probably there's a message in it about like divine timing as well, like when we are ready to see the beauty of certain things. So let's start with the Sisterhood of Light. So Awaken the Rose and Two of Pentacles. So if you see the Two of Pentacles, right, it's trying to juggle like a couple of things, and it looks like it's becoming really hard. And this card is like just, it's about basically like prioritizing, like looking at, okay, So in this moment right now, and like we are being said that the priority is the what's going to help us is awakening the rose and sisterhood of light. So basically awakening the rose, like opening up our heart center and being open to like our soul tribe, like that's the priority right now. So whatever we need to let go in terms of our beliefs and stuff, so that we can become like open to like our soul tribe, like that's the priority. And if you are kind of like juggling a lot of things right now, and like these are the situations that we create for ourselves, right? So we have the choice to see, okay, if this is my priority, what is the first step I can take towards this, versus trying to juggle like a lot of things. What is it that I can let go when I know like this is what my priority is? So it's about like, it's again like bringing us back to, okay, this at the moment is what like you really need. It's going to help you take that next step towards your manifestation. So it's time to release everything that you are trying to do, or basically like our mind tries to do, like to distract us from what we truly want. It's time to recognize those things. Okay, so in this moment I really want to work on opening up my heart center so I can connect with my soul tribe, because I know like this is what's going to support me through this time. So where am I like distracting myself with other things in my life right now, and how can I like bring my focus back to like this one thing that's going to be really helpful for me, and like take action on that. So basically like this is another guidance. And for the self appreciation, we have got Ace of Pentacles. And with the Ace of Pentacles, if you see, it's about like this manifestation, right? Like what we want to manifest. And we are being like, it's the time when we actually get that idea or like that thing, like that inspiration, kind of like not inspiration, but like to in our physical reality, like what is that one thing that we can do that can take us to the like what we are really trying to manifest. And that one thing is basically self-appreciation. And it might look like a really small step, like really self-appreciation. I do that a lot already, but it's never enough. And especially for the highly compassionate people who are unconsciously really harsh on themselves, we don't even realize like how we like judge ourselves at different parts. We don't even realize that. So it's really important. Like I speak to like a lot of people, and when I say that I know that you like it seems like you are like highly self-critical, and they'll be like, yes I am, but like not that much. And like within like those 5 minutes, like when I'm having the conversation, I'll pick up like 2 or 3 times when they didn't even realize and they were being harsh on themselves. And it applies to me as well. Like it's really it's a really unconscious thing for us to like not even realize when we are being harsh on ourselves. So it's really important for us to consciously keep appreciating ourselves. That's beautiful. I'm also going to pick up like a message from the Mystique of Mary Magdalene, this deck that I haven't used for a few months now, but I'm really tempted to use it, and especially for this message. So let's see what the beautiful energy of Mary Magdalene wants to say to us. Yeah, and Mary Magdalene's energy is all about being like open and receptive. And the card is Magdalene's Portal. Yeah, so and Magdalene's portal, like the gateway, and Magdalene's energy is like all about like heart center, right? Like it's all about love. Her energy is all about love. Like it's a lot about love. I can't say like all, because you never know, like there's a lot to discover. But for me, it's like again like a sign of opening up that heart center. But then like it's giving the blue light as well, which is like all about our throat chakra. So probably it's like through some kind of expression. So one, like if we keep the door open basically for the angels to hear, like to stay connected with them, to hear the divine whispers. So that gateway, like that portal, if we keep the doors open so that we can hear them, and that will happen like when we open up our heart center and we build that everyday connection with them, and like through our voice somehow as well. Is it about like expressing like your feelings to someone probably, or something like that? So it's like Magdalene's portal, and it's number 22, which comes down to 4, which is about stability and resting and receiving in that. So it's important for us to be in that rest and receive mode, where we are kind of like attracting and not like working hard to like get things. It's like we are just like open to receive, just receiving and attracting what's needed for us. So yeah, so it feels like there's like not like a lot of work that we need to do, like in terms of like, for example, if you're working on something, it might seem like really hard, or it might seem like, oh my god, like how am I going to do that, it's going to be really difficult. But it's actually like all you have to do is just be in that open and receptive state of being, of like, which like Mary Magdalene, like that's the gateway. And two is like is also about like karma. 2 is about like feminine, receptive, open energy, nurturing, loving. So being like in this really nurturing, loving energy for ourselves, like in that self-appreciation mode. I think like that's really critical. And also like it's like a karmic thing that we are working on, and that is like coming a lot recently in my readings, where like a lot of things, like I see like a lot of 222 or 22, and I saw like a 444 as well today, which meant that the angel, like we have got the angel support. So yeah, there's something like karmic that we are working on. So it might seem really small, but it actually it means a lot. Yeah, so that's that. And I think I'm gonna end this reading. I'm just gonna, so it's number 22. Oh, the moment I opened the book, what came up was number 22. So I'm just gonna quickly like read like what it says, the guidebook. It says, lift yourself and raise your vibration higher so consciousness can expand into the portal. There are new things to explore and experience that will change your life. You stand before a gateway. You may enter if you choose to take that first step. Oh my God, can you believe it? So this thing that you are actually working on, it might seem like really small thing, a belief that you have been like, you're like, I'm ignoring, or I will work on it one day, or I have time kind of thing. But if you choose to take that first step, it's actually going to be like a gateway that's gonna change your life. Like there's gonna be new things to explore and experience. That makes me so excited. So lift yourself and raise your vibration higher so consciousness can expand into the portal. And how you're gonna lift yourself and expand your consciousness higher is by all that we have discussed in this reading, which is by shifting your focus, finding the beauty of that first step, knowing that our loved ones are there to support us, to help us through this transformation. We are not alone. We have our soul tribe, keeping our heart center open, and most importantly, being in this energy of being really loving, kind, and nurturing to ourselves while we are going through all of this. Whew, beautiful. Wow. Yeah, so this is what came up. I hope you really enjoyed the reading. I did. And thank you so much to you, to myself for bringing this reading, to you, to all the angels and our spirit team. Thank you so much.